I'm Mixer Johnny and I'm going to be linking in the original parts of this video in the description down below. They do get fan mail all the time. The fans are always telling them their ideas, so they really should just be putting the fans' ideas into the comment box. And let the fans tell them how to put it into the comment box. The fans have been seeing these guys for a while and they actually care about these guys, so they would know how to do it better than them. The fans actually have better ideas than the creators. Which I know because I see them and redo these movies and do good versions of the terrible movies in YouTube videos and them rewriting the movies and their ideas about the movies. His good ideas from a true comic book fan like Super Frame. It's not because of him following these ideas is why the MCU is terrible now, it's that he didn't do it the way Super Frame said is why the MCU being terrible now. Super Frame did have better ideas and knew how to do these things better, so if they did that, their movies would have been better, and if they did what Super Frame said, it would have been a much better phases of the MCU. And when they listen to fans, they should listen to fans like Super Frame and not fans like Comicstorian. Comicstorian just focuses on entertaining stuff and not really the metaphorical aspects of these things. Which is why Zack Snyder's movies are terrible and why he always has to redo these things and why DC has a right not to trust him anymore. Because he kept picking people who didn't fit his style and because of it he ruined these characters by not doing what made them originally so great. Which is why DC put James Gunn in charge of the DCU and why it's good James Gunn being in charge of the DCU. Because he is a fan of these guys and why he's going to do these guys for the reasons of why we all love them. So it is good him doing Super Frame's ideas as because Super Frame knowing and why we love these guys and why these guys are so good. It's also good him listening to a YouTuber like Super Frame's ideas because that means he can listen to the other fans' ideas. As they really should take ideas from the other fans and you also should listen to the other fans of what they want from the MCU. A creator should like his own work, but he needs to know that he needs to make other people happy with it too. And if you don't know what to do in the comic books and what to give the fans what they actually want in the comic books, then you're the terrible creator and don't blame the fans for it. And that goes for the actors too. Which is why I'm so glad that the girl who played Captain Marvel quit. And now they can finally start doing Captain Marvel in the terrible parts of the MCU. Because they're just being sexist and racist to the other side now. And they're doing too much of telling, not showing. And they're making all of their characters unlikable. And they're not really doing a good job of showing the lesson, and the lessons they're trying to show are terrible. Them also focusing too much on building more continuity and other characters and you need to see everything in there. You really should just make it that they're being different parts of the MCU with different main characters, so you're only focusing on that part of the MCU for the parts you want, and you just having the choice to see the other things if you want. It wouldn't be so bad you focusing on the new characters if it was a passing down the mantle thing in the main parts of the movie where these characters going out with a bang. I don't think you should replace Kevin Feige in the MCU. He's one of the only good original guys that Disney didn't already get rid of, and he already did so many good things in the MCU before. And at least he used to be good in the MCU, while other people would just be terrible in the MCU. Plus, as it's not like he didn't do all the other good things in the MCU, while everyone else would just do a terrible thing from the start from the MCU. I mean, James Gunn has already proven that he's a better Kevin Feige than Kevin Feige. Because of him already doing a better job with the DCU. But Kevin Feige is the guy who started this whole thing, and the MCU wouldn't even exist without Kevin Feige. He just needs some help and some other directors to do the other parts of the MCU while he focuses on the main stuff and fitting it all into continuity. But he would still be the main guy in charge of the MCU, and he just needs to take a more active role as the guy in charge of the MCU. Like him being more in charge of the other directors of the MCU. With him needing the other directors to do these movies similar to each other yet different. For these specific superheroes, so it wouldn't be so jarring them being so different from each other. And with him also making sure the directors do a good version of these superheroes that's true to the comic books. With him also getting directors who are comic book fans so they can put their own style into these movies, but also make sure they have their original reasons of why these characters are so beloved from the comic books. And you could also find out what the fans want in the movies by seeing YouTube videos of fans rewriting the movies and what they want in the movies, and how they would do the movies. With him sending them some money in the Patreon and also giving them a writing credit in the YouTube online name in the end credits of the movie. And them also finding out from the fan ideas that the fans send them. And Super Frame is a good YouTube channel because of him knowing how movies work, why movies are so good, and he actually knows why superheroes are good and why we love superheroes so much. And so I'll leave a link to his YouTube channel down below. If you want to see how good of a YouTuber he is, or if you need any more information about this stuff. The Comic Historian is a good YouTube channel, but it's really just good for him telling you stories from the comic books. Benny the Comic Historian is a good comic book fan, and he's just not the best guy to get an opinion on comic books from. And I'll also leave a link to his YouTube channel in the description down below so you see how good his videos are. And to show why his YouTube channel is good, because as he does do this to get people caught up in comic books, and he does do it without there being any copyright issues. And it is how I got my information of comic books, since not every place in the world has comic book stores, but we would also like to have comic book stores. So you should be glad there being comic book stores in your parts of the world, and you even being able to get comic books in your parts of the world. That's partially another reason why I want to become a famous animator and have my own animation company. So, there being superhero restaurants in other parts of the world, and so other parts of the world would have a comic book shop of their own. The MCU really should just stop doing movies that just happen to have superheroes in them and just do actual superhero movies again. We're tired of these alternate takes. We want the original flavor. And they should just make their stories entertaining and focus on just telling that good story, because the whole point of telling a good story is just to tell that good story. I'll leave a link to some of my ideas of how you can do the MCU good in the description down below, and also I already have some other videos that's coming out on what you can do with the MCU, so stay tuned for that. And Marvel does have good cartoon shows, and they actually have a bunch of good cartoon shows. They really need to focus more on animation, and that's why DC is doing better than Marvel, because of them having the unlimited potential of animation. You should only do the changes that the fans have been wanting for a while now in comic books, like the character growing up, them having the happy endings, them continuing on with their journeys. You definitely shouldn't do your characters changing in a way that's woke, or anything that's too big of a risk in the main continuity. And you should at least do it in an alternate universe. And also, it wouldn't hurt to get everything that everyone liked about these characters before back into continuity. And you're just also adding in some new status quo changes that people wouldn't mind being permanent. And so they're being everything that people loved about them before. They're just being more reasons for people to like them again. And also, it wouldn't hurt if you tried some of these ideas with the new superheroes and you trying to make the new superheroes good, but you still acknowledging how good the original superheroes are, and you still acknowledging that the original superheroes are the best. Like, they could work together with the original superheroes on occasion, and you can even make it that the original superheroes inspired them. If you're not doing that, they do the main thing of the other superheroes better than them, but there are some things them doing better than the superhero, but the superheroes still doing mainly better than them and some other things. And these superheroes can say that they're good and they like them, it just has to be based on something that's actually there and it being true what they're saying, and that these superheroes are good and that they like them. Also, be subtle with these new superheroes and do them slow and steady. They can start showing up in other people's comic books, then them getting their own series. And after them interacting with other superheroes in the same universe, as them start appearing in other forms of media too. Also, sympathetic villains and more complex anti-heroes and anti-villains should really be used sparingly. They shouldn't become the usual. You should just have some superheroes who are just playing good again, and some supervillains who are just playing evil again. And for the original superheroes, they have already been a while, so take advantage of that. Not just using the history and the stuff that's already there instead of keep making new things and doing new things with them. But also show them being good at their job and how experienced they are about how easily they can defeat people, and them only having a threat against some of their usual villains or a more powerful villain because that's how good they are, as with them being able to be a threat to them. It would make sense of knowing how to deal with the situation since they already did it so many times before, and it is good you just showing these guys as competent at their jobs.
I'm not the sheriff? Really thought I'd be the sheriff.
At least you got cool chaps. All I got is a stethoscope and this bag full of leeches. Cowboy world.
Ding, ding. I don't even...
Yeah, me neither.
This isn't easy for me to say, but you're right. I mean, you have an actual PhD in villainy. What am I doing wrong, Professor Evil Professor?
Who cares? Thank you.
Who cares? What are you going to do about all the problems facing our school?
Who cares?
What about our status as one of the top educational institutions in the country?
Who cares?
What about our teachers and our parents? I mean, what are they going to think if we don't take our education seriously?
Who cares?
Okay, I'll eat the donut. I'll eat the heck out of this donut. Fork over the dough punks, because the next one ain't coming out of my mouth.
Never mess with Luther Waffles again!
But I still have one trick left in my back pocket. Or should I say Luther's back pocket? Still thank me for this later. Before he goes nuts on you, you might want to hand over the wig. All right.
What's wrong with that?
Transformed all the way back to her normal human self.
The only one who could come up with that antidote is Dr. Mariah Crawford herself.
No! I do not want to change. Don't you understand? You and I, we are truly kindred spirits now.
I do understand.
We must go.
Go? But where?
We will go where we can be free. Perhaps it is better this way. I vow to stay by her side and protect her always.
You know, Spidey, I've always wanted to experience real web-slinging.
And I've always wanted to be appreciated as a real hero. It seems you've made me into one. Thanks.
Hey, don't mention it. After saving all of reality, where do you go from here?
To find Mary Jane. My Mary Jane. I've been told she's still alive. I can't wait to see her. You know, for so long, I've thought that I never got any breaks. But now, after all I've been through, for once, I like my life. I like myself. And for the first time ever, I wouldn't want to change anything about me.
Gee, you're definitely not the same guy I've been writing about all these years.
Well, Stan, We all have to grow up sometime, I suppose. Well, Madam Webb, where to now?
Face front, true believer. We are going to find the real Mary Jane Watson.
What?
It has been a long, hard journey. And I think you are finally entitled to some happiness.
Amen to that, dear lady. Amen to that.
We'll take that cleanser now.
Whatever you say, bro.
Don't leave me!
It got away.
Help me get it back! Please!
Eddie, it's over. You're free. You can stop this. Stop hating.
Can't. It only loves me for the hate.
I told you I invented the green. Of course I wasn't fool enough to drink it. Small doses in gaseous form increased my strength, agility, intelligence. With no blackouts, no loss of control.
And you've been working with Chameleon the whole time?
Not at first. As Goblin, I appeared at Oscorp to steal my Gobweb inhibitor. Imagine my pleasure at finding Norman Osborn a witness to my crime. It was Chameleon, of course, stealing Oscorp's secrets for a competitor. So this week, I hired him to keep you guessing and set you up for a fall.
But last Halloween, you crashed. The Goblin crashed.
And you saw me limp away. Do you know how easy it is to fake a limp?
But Harry wasn't faking. When I found him that night, he was wearing Goblin's costume, and his leg was really hurt.
More serendipity. You had guessed my identity. I knew I had to redirect your suspicion, and when I returned home, I found Harry passed out from an overdose of green. It didn't take long to deduce the cause of Harry's sudden success at football and in school. It took only slightly longer to dress him as the Goblin. The limp completed the illusion.
You framed your own son?
I protected Harry. If I'd been sent to prison, who'd have made a man out of him? Just look at what he's done today. I've never been prouder of the boy.
Oh, who are you kidding? You were saving your own sorry butt, not Harry's.
Potato, potato. Once you're out of the picture, I'll make everything right.
Sorry for the delay, Mr. Roman.
Don't apologize. I never do.
You're not the only one with an undercover agent, Doom. Songbird, sing!
You got it, Cap.
Songbird. She's an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I did not see that one coming.
Well, back to home and hearth. Good to see that the real Black Widow is safe and sound. Mystique won't be impersonating any more S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. Not for a long, long time.
I have a proposition. Spare this jewel of a planet with its wonderful humans. I know they can't evacuate to save their lives, but they have so many other good qualities.
No.
What if I were to become Galactus's herald again?
Interesting. Let's discuss this after dinner.
Now, Galactus!
You're aggravating my heartburn. Yet, there's never been a herald as clever or as bold as you. You would come back?
On one condition, that I only find you worlds which have no intelligent life.
It would be like old times, you and me together traveling the open space ways.
Without the needless carnage.
It is done. Right after dinner.
Now!
It's probably safer with you.
Yes, when held by one who wears the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh, skip it. After this, I'm through with Infinity anything. Surfer, you sure about this?
We all answer the call of the cosmos.
We'll never forget you, Surfer.
And I will never forget this place, and its strange customs, or my many friends, or the $10 that Wolverine owes me.
You're never gonna see that.
Or Thor's powerful belches after a big meal.
I heard that!
Come, Herald.
Endless space beckons and Galactus is starving. Plus, I need to check the scores.
I know of a nebula that nobody will miss.
Ooh, drive-through.
And so, the Infinity Sword was rebuilt, but Doom didn't get his hands on it. The Silver Surfer returned to space, but his heroic sacrifice saved us all. End of story. Until next time, I'm your Marveldom storyteller.
Tell me another story. Miss Marvel, that is the most vivid briefing you've ever given.
Your parents okay, kid?
Back home, safe and sound.
Hank.
Go. Bomb's only thing that matters. Jan, I love...
I'm sorry, Hank. I'm so sorry. For being so mean, for the way I treat you, for everything.
Wow. Are you sure you're not an alien? I take it we didn't blow up.
Ow! Hey, right before you passed out, you were going to say something really important. Go ahead.
What? Oh, no, I was just, no, it wasn't...
Guys, why is the ceiling so low?
Wasp?
You can't destroy the time drive, or jump the ship, or whatever we planned on doing.
Why not?
Because if we do, Princess Ravana will die.
Who is Princess Ravana?
Shoot her. Do it!
Ravana is the woman Kang loves. When his future got wiped out, she got caught in it. They're keeping her alive, but barely. If Damocles' base travels back to the future, she'll be erased from existence. Kang, we can stop this. We can find a way to save Ravana.
But we're not going to let you destroy our world to do it. This is your last chance. Surrender.
Never!
Ultron?
The worst is yet to come.
I'll out you from the Kree if you stop fighting us.
You lie!
Warlock, what happened?
He sensed the woman's fear of him, her doubt in him. And despite all his power, all he truly wanted was to be with her.
Where is Korvac?
I cannot sense him on this plane of existence.
If this is the kind of thing the Guardians deal with, then we should talk.
Vision, you saved all of us. Why? Why did you do it?
Ultron created me to be perfect. He thought that meant less human, to be cold and unfeeling. I wish to be perfect, but I believe that means to be more human.
Gonna tell my mom that I'm staying with a friend. Gonna tell my friend that the night will never end. Gonna get in a van with the people I know. Gonna shout out loud, hey ho, let's go! Gonna race around like I just don't care. Gonna let my friends throw my body in the air. All the highs go low. Gonna let it all go when the lights go down. What I do, I don't know.
Put a curse on you, a curse of love, a curse on you, a curse from above. There's a curse on you, and you'll never know how fast your life will go. Gonna take you down, going down in flames. Gonna feel my heart, gonna feel my pain. I put a curse on you, a curse of love, a curse on you, a curse from above. There's a curse on you, and you'll never know how fast your life will go. Without me, without me, without me. I put a curse on you. I put a curse on you. A curse of love. A curse on you. A curse from above. There's a curse on you, and you'll never know how fast your life will go. Without me, without me, without me. You're cursed without me. Fast your life will go. Without me, without me, without me. You're cursed without me.
Break the way you are. Everybody says we're ugly, everybody says we're tiny and shabby, but nobody knows we have huge passion and guts and fiery heart. We know who we are and where we're going. It's time for us, it's time to rush. We're the heroes, we are the cool. We're the heroes, we are too young. Here we go, nobody wants us. It's time to break the way you are. Break the way you